In this lesson, we'll be learning how to find the domain as well as the range of a parabolic function. So a parabola can either be a smile or a frown. And the domain doesn't change. The domain of a parabolic function is always given as x is an element of real numbers. Okay? So now let's talk about the range, the main part. Okay? So what we're going to do here is that we're going to draw the two graphs. Let's draw a graph of this kind and the graph of this kind. So our main focus of this lesson is the domain and the range. But now we're going to talk about the range. We said that the domain is always x is an element of real numbers. So now we have the two turning points. Let's say our turning point is given as A is to B, and even here it's given as A is to B. So what is the domain here? The domain is x an element of real numbers, and the domain here is also x is an element of real numbers. Okay, so what we're going to do in this lesson, we're going to determine the range. The range is where the graph is possible, where the values of y are possible. Those are the ranges. So notice that the last value of y in this case is where the turning point is, and that is at point B. This means that below point B, we no longer have a value of y. The values of y are here, where the values of B are above the value of B, where the values of y are above the value of B. Can you see it? This means that the domain, the range, are where the values of y are possible. We can say that y is greater or equal to B. The values of y are possible on the graph starting from B going upward. Now let's come to this case, the second one. So where are the values of y possible on the graph? From B going down. This one is not from B going up, but it's from B going down. So what we can say is that the range is given as y is less than or equal to B. This means that the values of y are possible starting with B going down. The sign of less than means going down. But unlike in this case, the values of y are possible starting from B going up. Hence we say greater than. But here they start from B going down. This means that our range is y is less or equal to B. Don't forget to put less or equal to or greater or equal to. If you just say greater than B and you say less than B, it's wrong. You must say greater or equal to and less or equal to. This is how you can calculate the turning points of a parabola. Let's have an last example to make sure you understand. Suppose you have a parabola of this kind, and the turning points are given as 2, 3. Can you tell me that the domain? We said that the domain doesn't change. It's always x is an element of real numbers. What about the range? The range focuses on the y-axis, on the y values. So what is the range in this case? Well, can you agree with me that the range is where the possible values of y are on the graph? The possible values of y are possible on the graph here only. Let's see. Below the graph, are the values of y possible? No, they are not. So what does this mean? This means that the possible values of y are from 3 going up. Remember, we're talking about the range and we're focusing on y. This x is to y. That's why we say x, the values of y are greater or equal to 3. So we're going to say that for the range, y is greater or equal to 3. This means that the values of y are possible from 3 going upward. Then let's have the one which is concave down, of this kind. let's say our turning points are given as 4:8. 4:8. So what are our turning points in this case? Well, they start from 8 going down. These are our ranges, the values of y. So we're going to say that for our range, y starts at 8 going down. Hence we say y is less or equal to 8. The values of y are possible where at 8 they are from 8 going down. Above 8 we don't have anything. So there is an unreal there. Thank you for watching.